Hey guys, welcome to Juicy Tea, where I read out the best stories on Reddit, so you don't have to. The funny, shocking, and satisfyingly juicy. Brother demands he sleep in my bed. Am I the a-hole? Posted by MinkSable7. Let me give you the context. I'm adopted and just met my birth mum and family a few years ago. We're still in the getting to know you phase. We're all adults. For the idiots in the comments, I was adopted as a baby. I want to know what comment prompted that. I flew out to meet my mum, brother, and other family, and it all went relatively well. My brother and I really hit it off. I'm 6 years older than he is. So, a year later, he texted me that he's going to be in my city on business and would like to meet for lunch or dinner before he goes back home. I said, sure thing. I thought about it and texted him back saying if I was close to his business meeting, he'd be welcome to stay at my place instead of spending money on a hotel. It's a 1-bedroom apartment, but it'd work. I'm short, so I could take the couch for the night and he could take my bed. He's really tall, so the couch wouldn't work for him at all, and it's not even a pull-out. This is where it got weird. He said he wouldn't feel comfortable putting me out of my bed, which is very thoughtful. So we could sleep in the same bed with a sheet between us. I said no, that's okay, but he persisted. We went back and forth and I'm trying to be polite, but he wouldn't let up. What the hell kind of hillbilly nonsense is this? I could maybe see if we grew up together, but this? I literally only met him once in person. I don't know him like that. This does not come off as normal. We're both over 40, but come on now. I cancelled on him, told him something came up and I wouldn't be here. I especially didn't like that he pushed back on me. Like, how are you telling me how things are gonna run in my place? That's straight crazy, right? Do you sleep with your adult opposite sex siblings? History Dave SF says, not the a-hole. Even if I did, you'd still be in your rights to say no. Maybe he meant well, and it just came off incredibly badly. So, I don't know if I'd write him out of your life over this. But, I'd sure as hell be backing you off pretty fast until I found out more. To be honest, if I was still in the early getting to know you phase around other adults, I'm not sure I'd be comfortable having them stay alone at my place to begin with, but that's another matter, I guess. You tried to be generous, and it didn't work out. Opie responded and said, he won't even answer my texts or calls. It's been quite a while since I've tried, but that bridge is burned. It's like, if he can't sleep in my bed, we can't talk. So guys, what do you think? Was he just trying, and failing, to be polite by not letting her sleep on the couch? Or was he being creepy AF by insisting on this arrangement, and then ghosting her for rejecting it? Am I the a-hole for lying about my intentions to a guy? Posted by Specialist Roof 3481. A lot of girls like this guy named Jared. I really liked him too. It's no surprise a lot of girls wanted him. He's very hot and also good at school and motivated. He's 6'4" and has a great personality. We somehow became friends. When we met, he asked me out, but I said I wasn't interested in a relationship because I was playing hard to get. He said, well, we can be friends then. So we were friends and started hanging out all the time and also having sex. I was waiting for him to chase after me, but he didn't. He was also sleeping with other people, which hurt. I didn't like to think of him seeing other people, but I was fine with it because I was also seeing other people. I had a group chat of friends that all wanted to know about him and kept asking me for the deets. Everyone thought we would date, it was just a matter of time. He admitted to me that that was the first time he asked someone out. He had flings before, but he still wasn't sure if he wanted a relationship. He said he didn't know if he could commit to being with one person for the rest of his life, and it didn't feel right to be in a relationship if he wasn't 100% sure he was into them. I asked if he was 100% with me, but he didn't answer. I said fair, he shouldn't feel pressured to be in a relationship. Anyway, we're in our early 20s and everyone we know just wants to hook up / party. If he meets the right person, he'll know it. But I knew I was the right person. Anyway, I thought we understood each other, and I thought he really liked me. Then, randomly, I saw that he had a kiss with someone on New Year's Eve, and he was posting about his girlfriend. I asked him about it when I saw him next, and he told me he'd found it. The person he feels 100% into. He said he's never felt like this before. I wanted to be excited for him, but I just felt disappointed. I said I felt abandoned and hurt. He said, "What do you mean? You don't have feelings for me?" I admitted that I did, but I was waiting for him to chase after me. I asked him why he never did. Why did he never put any effort in to change my mind after I said no? He literally scoffed and got annoyed. He said he did like me, but he respected that I didn't want a relationship. But now he's upset because I was pretending to be his friend while playing mind games. He said, "You should be honest from the start." I said, "But I wanted you to chase after me. I was playing hard to get." A lot of girls do that when they want a guy to chase them. He should have read the signs. It's not being dishonest at all. He said, "Chase you? Why would I do that when I can just move on to the next person? Do you have a magic vagina? Like, dude, be honest next time. I don't have time to play mind games." I said, I wasn't playing mind games, and he was acting like a sexist a-hole. I said I didn't want him anymore anyway, and walked off. I literally feel humiliated and embarrassed. I hate looking at pictures of him and his girl. She's so pretty and perfect. Am I the a-hole or him? Sexist because he couldn't read your mind? Because he respected your boundaries and feelings and that no means no? Yeah, what a sexist a-hole. I feel like she was just trying to keep him on a leash while she had a fun hooking up during her 20s and then expected him to come chasing after her to marry and commit when she starts hinting that she's ready to settle down. My girl, he is not a dog to come when you whistle. Am I the a-hole for calling my husband an incel? Posted by a throwaway account. Some background. I, 23 female, have been with my husband, 23 male, for about 4 years, only about 6 months married. I love him dearly and he's a very sweet guy. He's pretty conservative, we differ in that regard, and most of his male friends are as well. Back in college a few years ago, my husband and some of his friends started following this conservative male influencer on social media. This man's whole shtick was essentially shaming random men on the internet for simping for their girlfriends/wives. How did he do this? Fans would send him photos of random straight couples, which he would screenshot and draw green lines over, indicating which directions the men and women in the photo were leaning. If the woman was standing up straight in the photo, and her man was leaning in towards her, the influencer would dub the man a simp and post the photo online for everyone to make fun of. The ideal photo, in the influencer's opinion, was one where the man was standing up straight and his woman was leaning into him. Anything else and the man was a simp who could not control his woman. Yes, this is 100% real. Obviously, I didn't love that my now husband was a fan of this influencer, but he reassured me that it was all a joke and that he didn't actually believe anything this guy said. I believed him until I started to notice that when we would take pictures together, my husband was always pulling away from me and attempting to have me lean into him. At first I brushed it off, but it kept happening. This irritated me because I don't particularly love my side profile, but I was being forced to turn to my side and lean into him every single photo we were taking. I would try to pull away so I could face the camera head on, but he would pull me back in or refuse to move. I confronted him about it a few times, but he always said he wasn't doing anything and that I was making it up. I brushed this off for a while, and over time, as our relationship progressed, we weren't taking as many photos anyway. But this all came to a head last weekend when we were visiting his family for Christmas. My husband was saying how him and I don't have enough recent photos together, so his sister offered to take one for us. We posed for the photo, me facing straight ahead with his arm around me, but once again, I noticed he was trying to angle me sideways and pull himself away from me. I got frustrated and stepped away, saying I no longer wanted the photo. He asked me why, and I told him that he was doing the thing that he always did, forcing me to have a side profile when all I wanted was a normal, straight-on photo. I asked him if he could please let me take a photo facing the camera, and his answer shocked me. He said he didn't like it when I was facing the camera, and he was leaning more into me because, and I quote, "our green lines were bad." I'm 100% serious. My husband didn't want me to have a flattering photo because he thought that according to this influencer, it would make him look like a simp. I asked him if he was serious, and he said yes. This is where I'm probably the a-hole. I got so frustrated and accused him of prioritizing the opinions of some random incel over those of his own wife. I then said that he needed to stop being an incel himself and take one single normal photo with me. He got very angry that I insinuated that he was being an incel and refused to take any photos with me. I later apologized for what I said, but he's been short with me ever since. I know what I said was inappropriate, but I just can't believe that he won't take a normal photo with me. So, am I the a-hole or is he? Okay, so I read the title and was like, how the F is your husband an incel? I mean, he's married, right? But oh my god, yeah, he might not actually be an incel, but this is such incel energy! Am I the a-hole for not participating in my fiance's weird Christmas underwear tradition? Posted by Xmas Straws. This year, I celebrate Christmas with my fiance's family for the first time. Before we went to my fiance's parents' house, my fiance warned me that his parents usually come short in the amount of food they cook for Christmas dinner, and that there's often not enough for everyone. What I didn't expect though, was to be expected to participate in the family's weird tradition. Apparently, they have a long-standing tradition where instead of straws being drawn, they'll throw all their underwear in a bin, and then take turns wearing a blindfold and drawing a pair of underwear from the pile. Drawing the smallest pair of underwear correlates to drawing the smallest straw. I've never heard of this tradition, so I felt blindsided when, right before Christmas dinner, my fiance's mum yelled out that it was time to pull the straws to decide the order of who got to plate up their food first, in case there wasn't enough for everyone. At first, I thought the family was joking, so I laughed, which made my fiance get real defensive. I then volunteered to get my food last, so I wouldn't have to participate. But my fiance just got more annoyed and asked me to just try and be more agreeable. The whole thing was just kind of weirding me out, so I called an Uber and went home. Now things are really tense between me and my fiance since he now says I made a bad impression by acting like I was too good for their family tradition. Am I the a-hole? This would be weird even if they were using straws, not their dirty underwear. Just cook more food, or everyone bring a plate. What the hell is wrong with these people? Down in the comments, Paperist says, what the F? Not the a-hole. This doesn't seem like it could possibly be real, but I also don't know how you'd come up with this, so I'm inclined to believe you. It's so gross to have to touch other people's dirty underwear, even more so when they're not people you're directly related to or particularly close to. It's weird and embarrassing to have your underwear on display for everyone. Plus, imagine your underwear being the smallest or the largest pair, or having a period stain on it, or discharge. My in-laws should never see my underwear, and I don't know if I'd feel worse about them seeing my tiny sexy ones or the more full coverage ones that I wear during my period. They have to know this is not a normal thing. You could have and should have been warned. This problem could have easily been fixed by them simply making more effing food, or asking guests to bring a dish to share so there'd be enough to go around. Once again, not the a-hole. I would have noped right out there too. And if I were you, I'd tell your fiance that I am too good for their family tradition, because honestly, it's weird and trashy. Remember, I post new content every day, so subscribe for more juicy tea.